Hey guys, welcome back to the video. I hope you guys are having a good day. If you have been paying attention to the crypto market, well, let's just say the panic is slowly starting to settle in the altcoin market, including Bitcoin, as Bitcoin just fell under 114,000. Today morning, it did actually go down and retest close to 112.5, but it was able to get into a little bit of consolidation zone as it's trying to use a short-term support as a key to try to rebound. But the only way it will be able to rebound is just like previous time. There needs to be an extreme amount of positive news to come out, such as Trump making an announcement relating to the retirement plan that could be now invested in the Bitcoin market. That's exactly the reason why we were able to make a recovery previously, but this time around there is a little bit of panic that's starting to settle. I mean, first of all, Bitcoin demand dips. Will 110,000 hold amid the micro pressure? And on the other end, 5.7 billion Bitcoin hit exchanges at a loss in just the last 48 hours. Now, if you do not know, whenever Bitcoin or any crypto in that sense goes to an exchange, it's usually for a sale. Now, 5.7 billion was sent to exchanges, and the reason for it is those people were actually in a loss. They're not trying to take profit, and this is a scary situation because this is what you call panic selling. Now, the panic selling is due to the fact that we're currently at the number which could lead to Bitcoin actually falling down a little bit more. On the other end is Dogecoin's bull season ending, analyzing recent market trends and the future possibilities. While Dogecoin could break out of the symmetrical triangle and move above 24.3, may open doors through a 30% upside, but that can only happen if we're able to climb. And 112,800 is a critical support level that Bitcoin needs to hold. Before we get into the full details, if you guys are here for the first time, you want to stay up to date with everything to do with the crypto market, including Dogecoin, scroll down, tap the red subscribe button, and especially turn on your notifications so you can stay up to date with the latest and the greatest news first. And right there, drop a like on it. We'll just update to algorithm, push the video to more people. More people are paying attention to what's happening in crypto. They decide to buy the dip and we start making a recovery. I just want to mention, first of all, let's go for a like goal of 37. We've been smashing all of them, so I really appreciate that. Okay, the legends are always sticking around and I really appreciate you guys. Now, if we just talk about the price action, now you can see that currently we are in a sort of an exploration, because ever since the start of July, we've never been above the price of 111,000, and seeing how many things which are happening, which are in positive towards crypto, it's definitely declined in terms of how well Bitcoin was doing not so long ago. About a month and a half ago, Bitcoin was definitely starting to boost, while currently there's nothing that's actually running up the rally, and that's why this panic sell is definitely starting to control the market. I mean, one of the heaviest loss driven move in weeks. 50,000 Bitcoin flowed in from short-term holders to exchanges at a loss over the last 2 days. That's a lot of money, and keep in mind those short-term traders usually like to cut losses as quickly as possible, and that's where the panic selling usually takes place. And just to give you an idea, Bitcoin has lost about 2% in the open interest. Now it was sitting just at 40 billion yesterday, and now it's sitting at under 38. While the long to the short ratio, yeah, even though the market dipped, rather than increasing towards the long traders, it's pretty much stagnated close to 66%. Now, if we talk about Dogecoin is holding close to 21.3, but this time around it is a little different story, because 21 or 22, under 22 is not really any critical support area. The only way Dogecoin can hold its price is actually close to 20 cents, meaning there is a little bit chance of a further decline. So if you guys are going to be leverage trading, especially short trader, be careful, because the market is very uncertain currently, and seeing that the interest rate decision is also in a blur ever since the PPI data came out, there's definitely a lot of uncertainty. All eyes on 112,000 for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is able to sustain this price, slowly we might be able to see a recovery. If not, well, there is definitely 91,400 and 70,000, which are the largest support levels after the 112,000. And keep in mind, I know for certain that people watching this video do not want to see Bitcoin price falling there, because if that happens, majority of the altcoins, including Dogecoin, is going to be experiencing a really strong pullback. And Gold Sachs sees says potential market for crypto stablecoins is in trillions of dollars. And just understand that stablecoins, there is in the future a chance to be able to replace US dollar and just any fiat currency. Now, when I say in the future, this could be down the line, maybe 15 to 20 years. I'm not talking about right now because we're still very early into the stablecoin ecosystem. But if it's able to do this, this could be maybe the next leg or the next step into the future when it comes to the money exchanges that we will be receiving. And President Trump says Fed Powell is destroying the housing market. There is no inflation. Every sign is pointing to a major rate cut, but he is taking too long. And let's talk about Grok. Now, Grok had a very interesting say. High interest rate under Powell has indeed pressured the US housing market, with the sales slowing down and prices dipping in some area, about 6.6% mortgage rate. However, inflation is at 2.7, not 0, as Trump claims, and Fed is eyeing potential rate cuts. The market is cooling but stable, not destroyed. Views differ on policy impacts. Now, this is true. Just to give you an idea, that currently the US housing market is struggling, but I wouldn't say it's completely crashed. What are the chances that we will be receiving a Fed interest rate cut? It's definitely increasing, and seeing that the PPI data wasn't the best is definitely a chance for, you know, a little bit of a rate cut as compared to a big one that Trump is asking for. And SEC Chair Powell to discuss Project Crypto today at Wooming's blockchain symposium. Now, just to give you an idea, is this good for crypto? And the simple answer is yes, because this is going to allow for a lot more clear regulations that the crypto market can face, and that will give it more freedom to be able to become something even bigger. SEC to create framework that future-proofs the crypto market against regulatory mischief, and that's exactly what is needed to ensure that there is regulations, but it's not being controlled and not being used in a wrong way. While Air Canada pension fund reveals 160 million Bitcoin allocation, more money flowing in from large sections, and Fed's Bowman urges loosening crypto investment ban for staff to boost the understanding. Now, if this happens, this would be very good for crypto, because first of all, it will allow for a lot more money to flow into the crypto market, and seeing how much liquidity is being provided, we got a lot of money to be made. And Dogecoin open interest underwater with 15.1 billion Doge. And Dogecoin faces potential breakout as traders anticipate 40% increase if the price just shows a little bit of confidence. And Woman becomes the first US state to launch the stablecoin. That's exactly what I'm talking about. As the market is struggling, there's a lot of things which are happening in the back end. We just need to wait for some sort of confirmation before we can experience or decide on what the market's going to do. Now, everything I said today is not financial advice, just my personal opinion. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon.